Welcome to a highly questionable Tuesday. What do you like today, Bomani?
Is Kevin Love over there? I have a little trouble finding Kevin Love. Has anybody seen Kevin Love?
¿Dónde está Kevin? Papi, vamos.
I bring the sizzle.
What is that? A fishing line?
Sounds like a bug zapper.
Wait, could the Raptors win this series?
Maybe. I mean, look, this is much better for business. This actually being compelling and somewhat interesting. We appreciate this. I'm not sure how many people are jumping all the way to Toronto could win this series, but one thing I feel like we didn't give them enough credit for on the way to them evening this series, when their two best players are playing awfully, somehow they were still managing to win games. Last night, their two best players played really, really well. That means that they can play with a lot of people.
The answer to this question is no. If they win this series, even though they're a 2 seed, it'll be one of the biggest surprises in the history of basketball, arriving in the finals with this team in the shape that it's in. Keep in mind, what happened yesterday was an aberration from this respect. The Cavs were 7 of 21 on wide open shots. Lowry and DeRozan, 21 of 30 on contested shots. Two of these games are going to be in Cleveland if it goes 7. Toronto's not winning this series.
LeBron, the king, he must be feeling the pressure now. Oh, he cannot lose this series. Are you kidding me?
Didn't score
if he loses this series, all hell break loose there in Cleveland. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you, it's going to be a big bonfire in the middle of
hell
the
is
city.
shaking right now, and it's shaking the chains, and then it would break loose. Hell would break loose.
Yeah, what will LeBron do in a pressure situation? Not like he's ever been in one of those before.
I mean, last night in the pressure situation, he didn't score for the last 5 minutes of the game.
What should bother Kevin Love more? What Bismack Biyombo did to him or what Ty Lue said about him?
What Biyombo did to him or what Lue did to him? All right, here's what Biyombo did to him. This was at the rim. Yeah, that didn't go well. Biyombo is a very good rim protector. And then he sits most of the fourth quarter, and Tyronn Lue says this after the game by way of explanation.
I'm not sure of his health, but it's no concern. Thought Channing came in and gave us a great lift when we were down. And like I said, like last game, it's just, to try to put Kevin back in with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and, in a hostile game, hostile environment, it's not fair to him. So Channing gave us a great lift off the bench, and we just kind of rolled with it.
It is worth noting, by the way, that Kevin Love was not playing well. Channing Frye was making shots. And if Kevin Love's not making shots, why wouldn't you have Channing Frye out there, especially when Kevin Love isn't rebounding, which he didn't do while he was there. But Biyombo didn't do anything to Kevin Love. Kevin Love did that to himself. I feel like there were 10 players on the floor. There were 9 people out there who could have done that to Kevin Love, and only one guy who thought Kevin Love could pull that off. Kevin Love.
That is such a bad quote from Lue, though, Bomani. This is your $100 million third piece, and you're saying it's not fair to put him in a hostile environment on the road when you need to take a lead in the series instead of have it tied? I mean, Biyombo insulted him. Lue made it worse.
Well, that was a great block by Biyombo, but that wasn't my favorite one from Biyombo. Look at this one here.
This was called a foul, Bomani. Yeah. Oh. Is that a foul?
It was a foul.
It wasn't a foul. It is. It wasn't a foul.
He wasn't vertical and he hit his wrist.
Hold on a second. Can I just see that woman in the front row again?
Yeah.
Does she think it's a foul? Let's see what just happened here. This woman in the front row, a Raptors fan, does not believe it to be a foul.
Either that or they were playing some MC Hammer.
Did the NBA go easy on Draymond Green because they won the Warriors in the finals?
Well, Adam Silver had his chance to stand on the side of justice. Instead, Draymond Green is going to play in Game 4. His flagrant 1 was upgraded to a flagrant 2. He got fined $25,000. Now, is this just to get Draymond in Game 4? There's no way I can answer that, but I can tell you the NBA's explanation does not make a lick of sense. They basically said, hey, players flail to try to get fouls all the time, and this is just part of it. If this is what happens when you flail, you need to change the way you flail. I recall Kobe Bryant was getting suspended for flailing and breaking somebody's nose, right? Come on, man.
Yeah, Kiki Vandeweghe explained this. He said they did a lot of research, very thorough, with a lot of investigators. And this right here, I know, Bomani.
Investigators.
But look, this is one of the things they were looking at, his history of doing this all the time without connecting with anybody in the junk. Like, he does kick that leg out all the time.
Well, we need that to stop, too. So how's that ever going to stop if they're saying that they're letting it ride because that's just a thing he does? So you basically said Draymond Green is allowed to kick in the air because that's just what he do.
Well, one of the things that Kiki Vandeweghe tried to do was explain something that nobody wanted to hear the explanation on. It almost doesn't matter what he said. You're not changing anybody's mind.
It would have helped if it made sense, though.
Well, it's open season on the Thunder tonight. Tonight, Draymond is going to be kicking everybody because now it is allowed.
Yes, there you go. You'd like to watch that, wouldn't you? I mean,
how'd they rationalize that foul and upgrade it in the same press release? You realize that?
Protect your packages, Thunder. Here comes Draymond.
yes.
That's it.
We're 2 cups tonight.
Wow, he doesn't want that on T-shirts.
Do journalists owe it to players to clean up grammatically incorrect quotes?
All right, this story starts with Astros outfielder Carlos Gomez, who felt he was being ridiculed in a story in his second language where he was quoted with bad English, struggling to explain himself in his second language. And it was kind of embarrassing, and it did make him sound dumb. And sounding dumb is a reason that a lot of Hispanic players hide in plain sight, don't want to talk to the media in English because they're afraid of sounding dumb. The answer to this question is yes, of course. Clean it up a little bit. We do it all the time with you knows and likes. If a guy sounds stupid, it doesn't make you or buy you anything to quote him verbatim other than making him sound stupid.
But I think there's another question to ask, though. Are those Latin players hiding in plain sight because they're afraid that they'll sound dumb, or are they doing that because they're afraid the guy they're talking to thinks that they're dumb? Like, I find that the level of empathy that people have when they start talking about changing people's quotes to make them sound better often has a whole lot to do with how they feel about the person that they're dealing with. If the grammar that you're quoting makes it impossible to appreciate the substance of the quote, then chances are you should probably change it. It's not really a complex rule to figure out.
You know, these are the journalists trying to sound real smart. You know, if they were real smart, they would have a real job. They wouldn't be journalists. That's all.
Okay, that was
He's talking about
directed
you.
at us.
You know, he's talking about you.
You're a journalist
No,
too,
no,
and
no, he's
he
talking
made
about
it
you.
plural.
You're the one
even
that
though
you should have taken the engineering scholarship, Dan.
if we were cleaning up his language, we can't really know, right? Sometimes he adds S's to the things at the end because he's old. He said journalist, though. Journalists, plural.
Journalist.
That one doesn't have an S. He's old.
How should Bills reporters feel about their new reporting restrictions?
Yeah, the Bills are now telling reporters that when they come to practice, basically, you can come, but there's no need for you to really write anything down. You can't talk about virtually anything that's going on in the actual practice, like who's rushing the passer, what formations are being used. The whole reason that people want reporters to go there, the kind of information they want them to bring back. But it does make you ask the question, if you're the Bills, what gain do you really get about that minutia getting out? But if you're the reporters, it's because we sell it.
The details, incidentally, on this matter. Don't write about interceptions in closed practices. Don't write about a guy hobbling off in closed practices. You only get away with, though, as much as you can, and his point is valid. They don't want this out there. They don't really need us anymore in the most popular league in America. They don't need the print reporter to be out there snooping around in a closed practice doing this, so ask for it. Maybe you'll get it.
Well, this raises a much more important question. Who wants to hear about the Bills?
I mean, that's
They
true,
never
too.
accomplish anything
I mean,
anyhow.
That's true, too.
That's right.
I mean, you know they're fumbling and throwing interceptions in practice. Nobody needs to actually report it. That's what they're doing.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
This bird is hammering it. By the way, I've been there. Like, if I have too many drinks, I'll eat like that. You think I'm kidding? I mean, with that noise, the same noise.
My son's TV show is presented by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Brought to you by Modelo Especial. Time to play the game that is just grateful to be spending time with my favorite guy. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question whether this winner looks like a loser?
Oh, wow. We really love calling people losers around here. Let's see. What did this person win?
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
wait a minute.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, no, he played it off. He's good.
Oh,
He's
wait a
good.
minute. He tried to play it
Oh,
off.
no, he did all right, though.
He didn't
Look how
succeed in
smooth, look how
playing
smooth
it
he did it, though.
off.
Look how smooth.
Smooth.
Oh, no, after he fell off the rope. I mean, after he fell off the rope, that could have gone a whole lot worse.
Burger King.
Was there a sponsor for Burger King there? Didn't even see it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, my father doesn't miss much.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on in that video. You saw the only thing my father noticed.
See how quick he
That's
got
it.
up, though?
Yeah,
I mean, I really don't think you're giving him enough credit for how quick he got to his feet.
My father would have been thinking about Whoppers even if that emblem hadn't been in the center of that ring.
Do you question this 8th grader swag?
Baseball. Washington State. Like we're going, not Washington State University, like the state of Washington.
8th grader? That's a pretty big 8th grader. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
I mean, he's feeling pretty good about himself.
Not going to lie. Thought the bat was going to come down and hit him in the helmet.
That's a lot of target for the next time that 8th grader bats, but I dare another 8th grader to throw a baseball
Oh, no,
at
ain't
a
nobody
kid
throwing
that
it. Ain't nobody throwing it
at a
him.
kid that big.
Yeah, there's some
Hit the
other
ball
kids that
far.
might have to pay the price for it, but it ain't going to be him.
Well, I hope that kid doesn't have to face Madison Bumgarner in his next start.
That wouldn't go well, right? That dancing, not so good.
Do you question whether this criminal should be arrested?
Oh, I love this portion of the show. The wacky criminal hijinks, failed situations involving crime and felonies. What do we got?
Bad boy. Bird.
Oh, shoplifting. Shoplifting and brazenly, I might add. Yes! He's taking the whole bag? What are you going to
What
do
do you think
about
he's
it?
going to do? Just take a couple bites and leave the rest for
that's
like a
right.
vagrant?
That's some gangster stuff. That bird runs that neighborhood. What you going to do?
I think that I have seen that bird before.
What else we got? We're going to the bird
Oh,
file.
yeah, I
there
remember
it
this
is.
bird.
My father's library of birds. Video library of birds. Yeah.
Bird. Newtown was short, too.
I know, that bird's
See
in a
that
hurry,
bird look
right?
around the corner?
That's right. That bird is not eating slowly. This bird is hammering it. By in there. Like, if I have too many drinks, I'll eat like that. You think I'm kidding?
By the way, the whole kitchen and...
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he walked out of the store.
Oh, that's right, because he learned his lesson, right? Because of that
That's right,
bad
he
experience. Walked right out of the store. I don't need to be flying here. I know my equilibrium gets shot when I eat too much.
Do you question if this is a healthy father-son relationship?
Yeah, I observe a father-son relationship every day at work.
Healthy one.
You healthy? That's the euphemism.
Healthy-ish.
Hey guys, me and Dad have got a meeting in the city at 4 o'clock, so I decided to just make a little sign for the back of the Jeep, which I know that he's gonna appreciate.
So here's the sign that I've got to attach to the back of his car. So when he gets home from work, chuck it on, get in the car. Let's see how many people toot.
It's not green yet, you patient. Impatient.
Wow. Wow.
What the What am I supposed to do? 80 here. What are you looking at? Seriously?
I'm glad he doesn't have
Oh
a
man.
gun.
What, I suppose I'll cut him off as well, have I?
You're driving like a
Seriously? Now he's waving to me. What the he's a lunatic. Flashing his lights, a moron. He bipped at me. Hang on a sec, you it's red. Hang on a second. Now it's just gone orange. You are a dead set
I
Mitchell. You are a dead set moron. Seriously. You're a
I will say that if he was not mad at the fact that his son can't spell, then all of his anger is just completely wasted. That should have been the thing to set him off the most.
I can't believe that he didn't notice at any point, wow, this is weird. Everyone unusually hostile driving today.
What was he supposed to think, though?
I mean, but everyone? I mean, after the 10th
but what
time,
could it be? Like,
after the 10th time it's happened, you're like, this is more than anyone ever honks.
You saw what that sign said, right?
That's right.
Beep, beep, beep,
Oh,
beep,
no.
Really?
beep, beep.
No. Someone called his wife.
I mean, as unpleasant as that is for you, it's really unpleasant for me.
Yeah, he's talking about your mom.
Yeah, thanks.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Are you intrigued?
Oh boy, welcome to 2016, where you told me a dude had a 27-game hitting streak, and I have no idea what he looks like.
Okay, but what, Jackie Bradley, you're pretty sure.
Well, I guessed that part.
Okay.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. It's me. So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I have done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I have tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. But it don't matter. It really doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Thanks for nothing, Adele.
My son's TV show is presented by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Time to play the game that has tiny hands. See or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
Who are we talking about right now?
On NBC Sports Network, Game 6, Penguins and Lightning.
Yeah, this has been fun to watch. The Penguins are down. It has been fun to watch. They're down. There have been a lot of overtime games, and we are so close to Tampa Bay. Don't make fun of me. San Jose is a Stanley Cup final. You excited about that, Canada? How about you eat some of that in your sport, Canada? Bomani, are you intrigued?
If it's so much fun to watch, how come you're not actually watching?
Because basketball's on. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because I'm telling you, the Penguins, they learned their lesson. In game 5, they benched Mateo Murray and they lost. So tonight, Mateo is going to be back on that goal in front of that net body. And I'm telling you something, I'm predicting a big win for the Penguins tonight because Mateo Murray is going to come through tonight.
Please breathe again. His face starts changing colors like Luca Brasi when he gets on one of those
strange.
rolls.
It's so strange.
That was a hell of a roll, no?
Yeah, it was a roll.
I predict that Murray will play in front of the net tonight.
And he's likely to be right on that, although he was benched because maybe not all the time.
It's the right strategy.
That is the
Murray
way.
in
That's
front
right.
of the bench.
Yeah, good,
Mateo.
yeah, good coaching.
On Nesson, Rockies and Red Sox.
No, thank you. But if you want a reason to tune in, Jackie Bradley Jr. has a 27-game hitting streak, and he bats very low in a loaded lineup. He's been very good for them this year. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Oh boy, welcome to 2016, where you told me a dude had a 27-game hitting streak, and I have no idea what he looks like.
Okay, but what Jackie Bradley, you're pretty sure.
Well, I guessed that part.
Okay, Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, I have some advice for Jorge de la Rosa. You know, this is the time, this is the night that you got to come up big. You know, you got to break that hitting streak from Jackie Bradley. What you do is you walk him every time or you hit him in the ass. And his hitting streak is going to come to an end, and then you'll be a hell of a pitcher then. Jorge de la Rosa, a name that you'll never forget.
All right, while I was sitting there trying to figure out who in the hell is Jorge De La Rosa, then he got to the whole beaning part of it, and it didn't matter anymore.
On HBO, Real Sports with Brian Gumbel.
Man, I always say yes to this, always, every time they ask me, and I have not seen this show in about 8 years. Does Brian Gumbel still host this show? Here they catch up with a story from 12 years ago, a success story where, well, let the clip show you.
I think I'll probably be on the streets right now.
You think so?
I think so.
You don't want to do bad?
I just want to go to college and just do polo, that's all.
I got it!
Today, 12 years after we first met him, Kareem is doing all that and more. He's a student at Colorado State University. And yes, a polo player. But not just any polo player. Last year, he was named the National Collegiate Player of the Year. When I first met you, you were kind of shy and you didn't make eye contact. Where have you been since then?
Gosh, I've been all over the world. I've had an opportunity to go to Asia, to go to Africa, been to Europe, I've had the opportunity to leave Philadelphia and just do things that I've only dreamt of as a little kid.
You got on a horse and just kept going.
Yeah, I mean, I literally rode off into the sunset and it just kept going.
Bomani, are you intrigued?
Good question. I'm not exactly.
Caught him off guard. That's hard to do.
I mean, you know what got me about the whole thing? Polo sounds a lot more fun and graceful than it actually looked right then. Like, is that indoor polo, like Arena League polo that they were playing?
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, you know who is glad that you didn't become a polo player? The horses.
Oh.
And look, he's giggling at his joke there. Look how funny he finds that. I mean, it is kind of funny. Yeah, they are probably glad.
I can't laugh till I get in the car.
I mean, if they're capable of happiness, I mean, it's kind of anthropomorphic, but they're probably happy. They're probably going to get scared if I'm coming, like, out to the equestrian place. Like, no.
Why are you still talking?
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Do you know what the polo horse said when he saw you coming? Nay, 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 nay.